Hi there, my name is John McCarthy, and I'd like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Let's get this going. Keeping it light today, just doing the front nine of this one. All right, let's go. Full send, here we go. All right, bombs away. Let's hit that fairway. Not quite sure where this will end up. And we are in the deep stuff currently. Let's get out of here now. And from the rough, not sure you caught enough of the ball here. Well, that's too bad. I'm pretty sure you weren't planning on that. It's okay. He's got 110 yards to go here. Let's see what happens. Looks like this one's going left. And let's see what he does from the greenside sand. Let's see how he deals with this bunker shot. And checking in on your friend here. He's in the bunker. Well, let's see how he does here from the greenside bunker. And your opponent is going to give you this hole. That is what you want to hear. All right, par 5 for the second hole. Let's pipe this one up there. Not the greatest of contact on that one. All right, let's see how he does here on this hole. You might need a club or two extra from here. This is really deep. It didn't feel as clean as I know you can hit it. Okay, we've found your friend here in the deep rough. Let's see how he does. And this is your third shot. Might not be enough from the rough. All right, just barely into this first cut. You're all right. hang on. Almost that almost went down. Back to all square if they sink this putt. I think this one's moving to the right. Ooh, right. This one's about 15 feet. A little too hard. If this one drops, that's for triple bogey. And if this goes down, they're going to take things all square again. Okay, unfortunately, we didn't win this hole. You had to give that putt to your opponent, which is fine. We're moving on. And after that one, we're all square. And the third hole on this one, it's a par 3. And here's a 6-iron from them. Okay, let's see what you got here. And that's a plunker. We're in the big, thick, deep rough here. Okay, we're setting up in the rough, and it's inside of the rough. It's down deep. No, that one, yeah, that one took a dive. Let's get out of this. This is a little spinachy for my liking. And if he sinks this next putt, he'll go 1 up. All right, conceding another putt. Let's head on to the next. And your friend is just 1 up after that hole. And here we go. We got a par 4 on this 4th hole. All right, let's send it. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, he's getting ready to fire away with his second shot. Oops, out of bounds with that one. And he's trying to get out of this deep rough. Let's see how this goes. Well, not the purest of strokes. All right, this is a bad lie. I'm just gonna say it. We're deep in the rough. I don't know if this one has enough from the rough. And here he goes, coming out of the deep stuff on this one. And he's hitting out of the deep stuff here. Let's get out of this green side rough cleanly. And this is a long distance putt. Let's see what he does. Okay, I guess he's done here. You're letting him have that one, and that's fine by me. Let's head to the next. Just a little too much power. All right, you'll take this hole if you sink this putt. And after that hole, we're all square. And let's see how we do here on the fifth. What happened there? And he's ready to tee off. Let's see what he has. Here's our second shot on this fifth hole. And maybe you want to dial a little backspin in here. This is a downslope that could be dangerous around the pin. Yeah, you didn't hit that clean. Well, still in the rough here, but the shorter grass will come. Oh, get out of there. Oh, man. Out of bounds. I think this one's coming up short from the rough. Okay, we're setting up here well above the green. We might need a bit less club. Well, it's a little untidy. Setting up here in the deep stuff. That's yeah, be nice to have that one back. And this putt's going to put him one up. Yeah, that makes sense. Give your opponent that putt. I don't think we were going to take this hole anyway. Yeah, it was a bit of a tough result on that hole. Let's see what we can do on the next one. All right, par 4 for us on the sixth hole. Okay, he's starting this one out to the right. Okay, let's go. Pound this one into the fairway. Oop, that's no good. Not an amazing swing. I don't think we're on the fairway this time. Okay, we are in the deep stuff currently. That's not what you want. Oh, that's yeah, that's out of bounds. Okay, and as we set this one up, it's deep into this rough. Just wanted you to know. Be careful with this one. We're in the deep stuff. Well, not sure where this one will end up. Well, that'll happen. Yeah, he's hoping this holds on to the fairway. And he just made it into this first cut of rough. Okay, and if he sinks this next putt, he will go 2 up. All right, now that you've conceded that putt, we'll head to the next hole. And your opponent is 2 up on you after that one. Okay, 7th hole is a par 3. And they've chosen a hybrid on this one. Okay, let's see what you can do off of this tee. I don't know what that was. Not the greatest contact on that one. Oh, out of bounds. That's a shame. Well, might not like the results here. Okay, we're pretty deep into this rough. Gonna need a good hack at this. That's not gonna be good. That sounded a little woody. And let's see what happens. This is his second. And if he sinks this next putt, he takes the match. And with that, he will finish his round. And this match is over. Your friend actually winds up winning at 3 up. Well, maybe next time you'll turn the tables. And with that, I say goodbye. And hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, and I'm pleased to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Let's get this in gear. We are playing some match play golf today. This is one of my favorite ways to play. This is going to be a good one, I think. Let's get into it. Yeah, something was amiss on that swing, I think. Setting up from the long grass here. Let's get on out of this. 4. Just joking. It's out of bounds, though. Easy, there's squirrels there. Let's be careful getting out of here. Might not get all the distance you want in the deep stuff. Well, we're still in the cabbage after that one. Let's get out of here for the next shot. And we are back in the fairway. All right, let's see how he deals with this one in the sand. I think this is short from the sand. Let's see what happens here. He's in the bunker. And this putt right here will put him at 1 up. Okay, you gave that putt to your opponent. That's a good call. I would have done the same thing. We lose the hole, but we move on to the next for another chance at glory. All right, let's go. We got a par 4 on the second hole. All right, interested to see what you have in store for us here. Swing didn't feel as clean as I know you can hit it. All right, let's leave this sand behind us. What do you say? Ooh, that's unlucky. Oops, that's no good. Oh, this might be a bit of danger ahead. Okay, here's your 4th. And dunked. You know, this is very, very sandy in this. Well, grab a new ball and take it from there. All right, let's piece out of this sand. No, that one's going down into the water. All right, let's see how he deals with this beach. Bit of an awkward swing. All right, let's see what he does out of the bunker. And if he sinks this next putt, he's going to go 2 up. Okay, giving another putt to your opponent. Let's move on. And let's have a better hole coming up next. Okay, we got a par 4 here on the third hole. I don't know, this one could go either way. All right, let's let her fly. Let's go. This one's heading for the bunker, I think. He's in the deep stuff here. He's buried in there. Let's see how he does. And here's your second shot on the third. Okay, safely on the putting surface after that. Okay, and from the outer reaches of this green, let's see if you can get this to go. And this next putt for par. And this one's breaking pretty hard to the right. Just a little too much pace on that one. And now this from 13 feet. I think this one's breaking to the left. And if this drops, he can go to 3 up. And after you conceded that one, we'll head to the next hole. And your friend's up by 3 after that one. Okay, stepping onto this tee of the 4th hole, and we have a par 4. A little less than pure on that swing. Looking forward to see what you do here. Now, something went amiss. Ouch, into the water. This is very, very sandy. Let's get out of here. Ouch, swallowed up into the abyss. Okay, and from the sand, oh, into the water. Not an amazing swing. All right, 3rd shot for him. Yeah, this one's coming out of the rough, and I don't know if it's going to make it. Okay, he's coming out of the deep stuff. Let's see if your little friend here can get up and down out of this bunker. He might pull away even further with this next putt. This one to go to 4 up. And I see he doesn't even need to putt that one out. Mighty generous of you. Well, that was a bit of a poor result, but we got another hole coming up next. All right, now a 5th hole, par 4. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Give it a rip. Let's hit that fairway. That couldn't be what you intended, but yeah, we'll deal with it. And second shot here on the 5th. Good shot. See you later to that ball. This is out of the second cut here. Well, still in the rough. That's okay, though. Oh, no good. Into the water. Setting up with a sandy old lie. Whoops, there goes the... Yeah, that's the water. Let's see what he does here. 120 yards out. And this next putt to win the match. Okay, and after you've conceded that putt to your opponent, this match play event is over. And this one is over. I had an enjoyable time with you today, even though you didn't win. That's all right by me. We'll regroup, and maybe next time you'll end up on top. And that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll see you next time. Hello there, my name is John McCarthy. Ever so glad you could join me for this round of golf here on PGA Tour 2K25. And I gotta say, I have high expectations for you here in this ranked tour event. All right, let's get this going. Shake it off. Second shot here on the first. Okay, out of the sand into some nicer fairway. Good stuff. And 22 feet from the cup. I think this one's going to go a bit to the left. Oh, this one's starting out okay. Oh my goodness, didn't drop. Fantastic putt nonetheless. Okay, even par at the moment. Teeing it up on the second hole. That should do nicely. And from 22 feet out. I think this one's breaking pretty hard to the left. Looks like you got a line on this. All right, give it a tap. Okay, let's check in on the scorecard. And you're at even par currently. Teeing it up on the third. Okay, from the green side sand. Hopefully we get up and down from here. Okay, out of that bunker onto the green now. That's good stuff. Now, let's try, see what we can do with that long putt. And here you go. This for the birdie. Ooh, wish I could have given you that one. Okay, here's a 5-footer. And after that one, currently sitting at even par. And now we're teeing up on the fourth. Well, I'm sure that's not what you intended. Way to go out there, champ. And here you go, birdie putt coming up here. Oh. All right, now let's set our sights to the next. You are currently sitting right at even par. And let's let this fly here on the fifth. Ah, that didn't hit the mark, did it? Oh my, this might go down. Okay, let's take a look at this next hole now. All right, nice clean swing here on the sixth hole. We got a par 4 ahead of us. All right, let's make this a short stay at the beach. I went right by. Here's a look for birdie. Okay, moving on to the next. And after that one, you're going down to 1 under. And now we're teeing her up on the 7th hole. Careful of this one, fairway bunker. Not sure what's going to happen here. Well, you got a lot done there. You got distance, you got out of the sand, you got a nice lie. Good stuff. About 6 feet to go here. That putt will drop, and that's your second birdie in a row. Let's get on a streak here. And after that hole, you'll bring your score down to 2 under. Okay, par 3 for the 8th hole. Oh my goodness, this might go down. All right, give this a little tap and we can move on. All right, the first 9 ends with a par 4. Looking fine from the tee here. And this is looking to be about 155 yards out. Nice shot. That'll do. All right, let's do this. 18 feet to go. I think this one's going just a bit to the right. Oh, oh man. All right, this one for par. So that makes you 3 under for the day. All right, 10th hole now coming at you. Oh, and a down slope out there in the landing area. This one could catch a few more yards. Really nice swing. Okay, about 230 yards from here. Safe approach, nice. This one's clocking in at around 24 feet. Oh, too bad. Here we go, 4 par. Okay, let's see what the next hole has in store for us. And 3 under par for the day. All right, par 4 here on the 11th hole. Ooh, catching the downslope. This one's going to run out. Nicely done driving that green. You got an eagle putt coming up. Okay, here you go. Nice easy putt. Here's an uphill putt moving to the left. Good luck here. 9 feet away. Oh my, wish I could have given you that one. Here we go, this next one for par. And in there with a 3-putt par. And after that one, you're 3 under. Okay, here we go, 12th hole, par 5. Let's pop a nice one out there. Well, that tee shot looks like it'll do. And we're around about, I'd say 240, 245 to the pin. And now this from 12 feet. This one looks like it's moving a bit to the right here. Ooh, never like leaving those short. And after that hole, you are at 3 under par. Here we go now on the 13th. Okay, we're on the green. Okay, 25-footer to go. This one looks like it's turning left to right down the hill. Well, this one's looking good so far. Here we go, just a few more inches. Good job. And right now you are at 3 under par. Okay, lengthy par 4 ahead of us here. Nice swing on that. And this one's around 175 yards out. That's safe. Here's an 18-footer. I think we got a bit of a tilt to the right on this putt. Ooh, that's too bad. And this one for the par. Okay, we're moving. We're moving to the next. So that makes you 3 under for the day. And now the 15th hole. We got a par 4 for this one. Oh my, absolute power on that drive. Okay, let's get on out of this second cut and get on our way. Nice stroke. We're on the green. All right, this one is about 22 feet out. But I think it's breaking to the left. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, no! How dare you? How dare you do that to me? And that one drops on in for a 3 under as we head down the final stretch. Okay, par 5 for the 16th. I think she's coming in for a landing on the fairway. Okay, this is about 240 yards or so from the pin. And this one is for the bird. Starts off pretty straight, I think, and then heads to the left. Oh, bad break. All right, here's a 7-foot putt. Currently 3 under par for the day. And teeing up now on the 17th. Nice, pure swing, great stuff. Well, missed the green there on that one. Way to chip that one close. Well done. Here we go. Drop this and save that par. And after that one, you're 3 under. And now to the 18th hole. This one's a par 4. I approve. We are about 195 yards out from here. Good job. Here we go. Sink this, and we can write a 67 on that scorecard. Little wee break to the right in this one. And with that, your round is over. Okay, that's going to be 4 under par as this one comes to an end. And with that, I must leave you. I had fun out there with you today. Thanks for a great round. Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, and I would like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Can't wait to see what goes down here in a bit. Just the back nine of this course today. All right, let's get this going. Oh, gonna have to reload. That one's out of bounds. And he's just about ready to tee off. Let's see how he does. Well, not the purest of strokes. Here's your fourth shot. That's bold, using the driver off the fairway. I'll take it. Oh, well, that's no good. And from here, he's looking at about 180 yards to the pin. Little less than pure on that swing. We're in the deep stuff here. I think you might be coming up a bit short from the rough here. Ah, chip was close. That chip was pretty close. All right, let's try to sink this and bounce back on the next hole. Oh, no, it's right by the hole. And if he sinks this next putt, he'll go one up. All right, we're moving to the next hole. Now that you've conceded the putt, your opponent will win this hole. But we got another chance on the next one. And after that first hole of the match, your friend's one up. And the 11th is a par 4. All right, let her fly. Let's see it. Looking pretty good off the tee. And from the deep stuff. Not an amazing swing. Well, looking at an elevated green on the approach here. Oh, you didn't hit this one, but that's okay. He's definitely into the second cut here. Let's see how he does. Okay, this one's for his par. Looks like this one will break a bit to the left. Oh, it's going right through. Okay, save par right now with this putt. Let's go. Just a little bit aggressive there. 6 feet to the cup. And if he sinks this, he will go 2 up. Yeah, just a shorty. And after that one, your friend is 2 up for the match. And this one's a par 4 for the 12th. All right, load up. Let's let this go. Ooh, yeah, right off of that. Unlucky. I think you've had better swings. Hello there, and it is lovely to see you today. My name's John McCarthy, and I want to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. I think things are going to go our way today. Today we start with a par 4 first hole. Let's rip this little ball into the fairway and be on our way. Okay, let's see what you do here. Whoops, that's not great. Second shot here on the first. Okay, setting up a long one here. That's a bit of an understatement. Let me get my rangefinder out here. I'll see if I can get us a distance. Just joking. Hopefully you can get this close though. No, that was tough. It's a little bit too hard on that one. And this putt's gonna put him one up. Okay, your opponent is one up after that one. And the second hole, we have a par 4. Let's go. Okay, time to send it. Hopefully this sticks to the fairway. Second shot here on hole number 2. And you might not have enough club from the rough. Okay, he's setting up his second shot here. The approach is heading a bit to the right. And from the greenside sand, let's have a nice out here. And now we will putt. Nicely played out of the sand. Looks like he's in the bunker here. Let's see how this goes down. And let's see how he does from the greenside rough. Ooh, close with that chip. Okay, you need this to win the hole. This putt is about 14 feet. And this for the double bogey. And there we go. That's going to work. Well done. And if he sinks this next putt, he's going to go 2 up on you. Look out. Well, let's regroup before the next tee. See what we can do then. And the third hole is a par 5. Let's go. Well, looking forward to this hole. And here's your second shot here on the third. Oh, that's too bad. And he's setting up from 120 yards out. Setting up here in the first cut of rough. All right, coming out of the rough, you might not have enough on it. I got sand in my shoes already. Let's get out of here. All right, let's get out of this green side rough and start putting. And here he is setting up for this putt. If it drops, he goes 3 up. Okay, we'll concede another putt here today and move on. And your friend is 3 up after that hole. We've got a par 3 on the 4th. Going with the hybrid. All right, let's go. Ooh, a little bit off on that swing. Make sure you check your swing meter. And setting up now in the deep rough. Well, unfortunately, we missed the green here. And from the green side, sand. Looking for an up and down here. Well, look on the bright side. You get the putter going now. Bit of a monster putt, but you're not in the sand. And if this next putt goes down, he's going to go to 4 up. All right, just looking at the next hole now. That one was a bit of a loss. All right, here we go. Par 4 on the 5th. All right, let's let this one go. Oh, just smashed that. Let's see what he can do here. 110 yards out. Well, this approach is leaning a bit to the right. And we're setting up here with an elevated green. Might need some more club. Here comes the sand. Okay, and from the green side bunker, let's nestle this one in nice and close. Beautiful. Putter's coming out. That's all I care about. All right, you need this to save par. Let's drop this in. Looks like a right to left break. About 9 feet to the hole from here. A bit too much power into that putt. All right, if this goes down, you're packing. And after you conceded that putt, we're done on this hole. Let's move on to the next. And unfortunately, you weren't up to the test. In this match, your opponent will walk away victorious at 5 up. And that was a bit of fun. Thanks so much for the round. I'm glad that you brought me along for the ride. We'll see you next time. Hello there, my name's John McCarthy, and I'm here to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Looking forward to today, no question. Now, what is going to go down here today? We have match play just about to kick off. Time to get this going. Well, this should be fun. Let's see what happens here. And second shot here on the first. Well, might not have had enough club on that one. All right, you're out of the danger into the short stuff. Good amount of distance on that too. Well done. And this one's anyone's guess. He's in the sand. Let's see what happens. Well, he's hoping this one sticks to the fairway. All right, and that one will indeed just barely get into this first cut. And they're going with the pitching wedge. Oh, how dialed are you today? Look at that one. Oh my, almost in with the chip. Oh, almost in there with the chip. All right, this putt for his bogey. I think this one's going left to right. Okay, you're going to let him have that one, and then we'll head to the next hole. And you've got this to have the hole. All right, your opponent's letting you have that putt. Let's head to the next. And we are all square after the first hole. All right, let's go. We got a par 4 on the second hole. Caught the downslope. Let's see if this one runs out further. All right, let's send this ball away. All right, this is about 120 yards or so from the pin. Well, better luck next time. Let's get up and out of here. Okay, we're leaving that sand behind us in a distant path. Let's grab the putter. And this putt right here will put him at 1 up. All right, conceding another putt. Let's head on to the next. And it's a par 3 for the third hole. Taking this one with the 8 iron. This is leaning to the right. Oh, let's see what you can do on this one. Oops. And this is somewhere around 155 yards out. This is what our third shot's looking like. Good shot. And if this next putt drops, you'll go 2 up. All right, I see you've conceded that putt, and We'll lose the hole, but we got more golf to play. And now the par 4 fourth hole. Looks like this one will be safe in the fairway. Have a good tee shot. Okay, he's setting up around 250 yards to the pin. Okay, second shot here on the 4th. And with this approach, you got to be careful with that downslope around the pin. This one could get away from you. I don't think this is going to be good. All right, you're plugged in the bunker. Not a great way to play golf. I wish you the best. All right, if this next putt drops for him, he's going to go 3 up. All right, I guess he doesn't need to putt that one out. Let's head to the next. And your opponent is 3 up after that one. And the 5th hole is a par 3. Let's go. They've gone with the 6-iron on this one. This one's going right. Oh, did you also think that was going to go into the bunker? Because I sure did. He ended up on the green, though. Well, that's too bad. Hitting into an elevated green, we might need more club. Ooh, that one's out of bounds. And hitting into an elevated green on this one. And this one out of the rough. I don't know if you're going to make this. We are in the deep stuff here. Well, you missed the approach. I'm not mad. Oh, no. Not great. And if this next putt drops, he will go to 4 up. Okay, giving another putt over to your opponent. That's fine. Let's move on. Well, unfortunately, you lost that hole. No good. All right, stepping on to the 6th tee. We got a par 5. Okay, full sand. Let's go. Landing area slopes away from us. Might be able to get some extra yards. That's not going to work, is it? And here's our second shot on the 6th. Setting up here from the deep stuff. You might want to aim a little more to the right than normal. The ball's sitting above your feet. Getting some extra practice in this rough. Good to get a feel for it. Something sounded a little bit off on that swing. Okay, let's see what he does here. He's got around 215 yards to the pin. Okay, setting up here with an elevated green ahead. Swing was a little bit off there. Oh my, splash. And this one's about 190 or so to the pin. All right, let's get out of this sand. Well, what can you do about it? Nothing. Setting up here, the ball's a little bit below your feet, just want you to know. Oh, crud. And hopefully he can deal with a little sand shot here. All right, this is it. If he sinks this, you're done. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't think we were going to win this hole anyway. Okay, this one is over, and you've wound up on the bottom of the heap, so to speak. Next time, maybe you'll end up on top. And with that, I'm going to let you go. Thank you ever so much for the round. I had a great time hanging out with you. Hello and welcome to PGA Tour 2K25. My name is John. We're just taking a hack out of the front nine of this course today. Let's get into it. Yikes. He's ready to let her rip here. Let's see what he does. Second shot here on the first. Might be in trouble on this one. Setting up here now for our third shot. That one, yeah, that's in the water. Okay, we're in the deep rough. Careful. Oh, no. Water. Huh. Of course it had to go there, of all places. All right, here he comes out of the deep rough. Let's see how he deals with it. Okay, out of the rough, and this might not be enough. Well, let's see how he gets out of this one. And if he sinks this next putt, he'll go one up. Okay, you're conceding that putt, and that means your opponent will win this hole. And the second hole, we have a par 4. Let's go. Okay, let's send it. And he's got 125 yards to go, somewhere thereabouts. This one's gonna need to bite. Here's our second shot on hole number 2. Well, that's not a great one. Nice chip, fantastic. And if he sinks this next putt, he's going to go 2 up. All right, now that you've conceded that putt, we'll head to the next hole. And your friend's 2 up for the match after that hole. And the third hole's a par 4. Well, let's see what you got. Well, you didn't get the most out of that one. Oop, that one went OB. This might end up in some rough. And this is your 4th shot. Got a little fetched up out of the rough here. Not sure it's going to make it. A little wayward on the approach. That's all right, though. And around 195 yards to the pin for him. Let's see what happens. Well, let's hope this one doesn't find the rough. Oh, brutal. And if this next putt drops, he's going to go 3 up. Okay, we'll concede another putt here today and move on. And after that hole, your opponent is up by 3. And here we go. We got a par 4 on this 4th hole. Okay, let's launch this next tee shot. What do you say? We'll get it back. And here's our second shot on the 4th. I don't think you're going to make it here out of the rough. All right, back in the fairway. Now let's get into that green. And he's hitting out of the rough here, just the first cut. This might not be enough out of the rough. Okay, there we go. And he needs this to save par. Let's see what happens. All right, conceding another putt. Let's head on to the next. Oh, well, yeah, didn't quite make it there. And we are moving forward, leaving that hole behind us. All right, fifth hole, par 3. Let's do it. And they're choosing the 6-iron here. And let's see what you do off the tee here. Well, that one wasn't super clean. Well, you can't hit them all. Okay, he's setting up from the green side sand. Okay, green side sand. Let's see what you have. Nice out. Now let's get to the putting. And if he sinks this next putt, he walks away with the win. Okay, now that you've conceded that putt, this match has come to an end. Well, this one is over, and unfortunately, your friend has taken the victory for themselves, ending this one at 5 up. And with that, I must leave you. We'll see you again real soon, though, hopefully, right? Hi there, my name's John McCarthy, and I am pleased to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. We've got some match play happening at the moment. This is going to be a good time, I think. Have a good round. Look at you driving this green. Fantastic work. Putting for eagle. All right, let's see how he does on this hole. Okay, this one's kicking off the downslope for him. I think he's going to be pretty good. You have a very long putt ahead of you here. Oh, come on, get in there. And this putt's going to put him one up. Ooh, there's a little gift. You're a generous soul. I sensed that when we started the round today. And after the first hole in this match, your friend's going to be one up. And here we go. Par 5, 11th hole. Okay, give this a smash. That's too bad. All right, he's not playing out of the sand anymore. That's good. Second shot here on the 11th. Oh, well, that's no fun. Unless you like, you know, maybe you're trying to get some sand practice in. In that case, I'm all for it. All right, we're setting this one up. The ball's above your feet. That can have an effect on the flight. Looks like a sand shot coming up. All right, let's piece out of this sand. Yikes. Well, you won't be getting that one back. All right, let's leave this sand behind us. What do you say? And as he sets up, he's looking at around 190 yards to the pin. This one's heading a little bit too much to the right. And if he sinks this, he will go 2 up. And as he gets that one to drop, that will win the hole for him. All right, your opponent is 2 up for the match. Okay, par 3 here on the 12th. And they are going with the 9 iron on this one. Okay, let's see what you can do off of this tee. And that's going to get wet. Hitting into an elevated green here. We're going to need a little extra club, I think. All right, drop this one for the bogey. This is a bit of an S turn here. It goes right, then it goes left. See if you can find a way to the cup. A little bit too firm on that one. Setting up with a sandy old lie. Okay, this is your 6th shot on this one. And we are out of there. Let's putt. And here he is setting up for this putt. If it drops, he goes 3 up. All right, you're going to give that putt away to your opponent. All good. You won't win this hole. I got a good feeling about the next one. Okay, 13th hole, and this is a par 4. Okay, here we go. Let's launch this one out there. The swing was a little off kilter. This is very, very sandy. Let's get out of here. Oops, that one went bye-bye. Okay, and from the sand. Well, not much happened with that one. You know, this is very, very sandy in this. Oh, into the water. And from here, he's looking at around 195 yards to the pin. And here's a look at their hybrid. He might pull away even further with this next putt. This one to go to 4 up. And after you conceded that one, we'll head to the next hole. All right, 14th hole. This one's a par 5. Let's do it. Oh, this tee shot should work. All right, interested to see what you have in store for us here. Oh, don't worry about it. Good luck on your second shot here on the 14th. And he's setting up around 250 yards out. And from the fairway bunker, this approach is heading right at the pin. Just put this one in its home. It's a long way from home, but I have faith. Oh, this one's looking okay. Oh, yes, that'll go down. Nicely done. And he needs this next putt to win the match. Sorry. Okay, slightly surprising, but you know what? Give him that one, and maybe he'll give you something later on in the round. Let's head to the next. And this one's over, and unfortunately, your friend got the better of you today, pulling out the win. But that's all right. You can do a rematch, and next time, maybe you'll be on top. All right, that's it for me. Hopefully, we'll see you real soon. I had a lot of fun out there today. Hello there. It is me, John McCarthy, here to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Guess what? It's time for the golf. And today we start off with a par 4. Let's start off with a fantastic drive and take it from there. All right, let's launch this into the atmosphere, preferably hitting the fairway. Ooh, that was a little awkward on the swing there. All right, second shot on the 10th. Well, that's too bad. And that'll stay in the rough. He's got around 155 yards to go here. Setting up with an elevated green. This might call for some extra distance. This one's 23 feet away. And it looks like this is breaking pretty hard to the left. And this putt right here will put him at 1 up. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think we had a real chance on this hole anyway. And unfortunately, you're 1 down after the first hole. And for the 11th, we have a par 3. Well, looking forward to this hole. I think we're going left here. All right, setting up now in the bunker. Let's see what you got. Okay, here's our third shot. Okay, just checking in to see if you want to concede this hole to your opponent. Not a great chance of winning this hole, so good way to keep this match flowing. And here we are, 12th hole, and we have a par 4. All right, let's go. Pound this one out there. And from the green side bunker, looking for an up and down here. All right, time to get on out of this dirty old bunker. All right, here's a chance to concede the hole and move on. All right, you didn't win that hole, but we'll come through on the next one. What do you think? Okay, 13th hole. We got a par 4. Let's go. Okay, let's see what you got here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, about 225 to the pin from here. There's something off on that swing. I just can't figure out what. Going with the 5 wood on this one. Let's get out of this. This is a little spinachy for my liking. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It happens. And yeah, wound up back in the rough, unfortunately. And if this next putt goes down, he's going to go to 4 up. Okay, we will give that putt to the opponent. And we'll lose the hole in the process, but another hole coming up. We'll get him there. All right, bombs away. Let's hit that fairway. And he's trying to get this one out of the rough. Let's see what happens. This one's out of the rough, but might not be making it to the green. All right, here's our second shot on the 14th. Well, it's too bad. Well done out of the bunker. And the Canadian in me apologizes to you. If he sinks this next putt, he wins the match. And after you conceded that putt, we're done on this hole. Let's move on to the next. And unfortunately, you weren't up to the test in this match. Your opponent will walk away victorious at 5 up. Well, that's just about it for me here today. Hopefully you had a decent amount of fun. Scratch that. Hopefully you had a whole lot of fun. I hope that for you. Thanks again. See you soon. Hello there and welcome to PGA Tour 2K25. Happy to have you with us. And hopefully you two have a good day out on the links today. Match play golf happening right now. All right, let's crack into it. Oh, this one's in the fairway. Oh, this should be fun. Let's see what happens here. I'm having that. Got about 125 to the pin. Well, you managed to hit the green. You just didn't get it all that close, but that's splitting hairs at this point, I guess. Okay, we're setting this one up. It's extremely far from the cup as well, so let's try to get this maybe within 5 feet or so, and we'll call that a win. Ooh, let's get back onto the green. It's setting up for your 4th stroke here. Coming through with the chip. And if he sinks this next putt, he'll go 1 up. Okay, unfortunately, we didn't win this hole. You had to give that putt to your opponent, which is fine. We're moving on. All right, we got a par 3 on the 2nd hole here. Okay, let's see what you do here. Come on, kick left. And that'll do. Grab your putter. And this is a very long putt for him. Let's see what he does. Okay, giving another putt to your opponent. Let's move on. Here's what you're looking at for birdie. And your opponent is 2 up on you after that one. And they've given us a par 5 here on this 3rd hole. All right, let's go. Let's launch this one out there. Well, this one's a bit wayward. And 2nd shot here on the 3rd. Ouch, what was that? Well, that won't do, will it? I don't think you're going to like that. Okay, 225 yards for him. Let's see what he does. Okay, green is elevated. Well, I can't hit all the greens. Okay, from the green side sand. Hopefully we get up and down from here. And yeah, just like real life, isn't it? We're still in the bunker. And if this drops, he can go to 3 up. All right, quite a putt you gave him there. No worries, though. We'll head to the next. Well, that hole didn't really go our way, did it? And now for the par 3 fourth. And they've chosen a hybrid on this one. Looking forward to see what you do here. Okay, this putt, and you can win the hole. Well, got to get back onto the green, I guess. And from the green side bunker. Okay, let's get out of this bunker. Fingers crossed for a nice up and down out of this greenside bunker. Okay, and from the sand. Nicely played out of that bunker. And if this next putt drops, he will go to 4 up. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think we were really going to win this hole anyway. And after that hole, your friend is 4 up for the match. Par 5 for the 5th hole. All right, let's send it. And this one's around $150 to the pin. Solid approach there, pin high. And if he sinks this, that's for eagle. Okay, giving another putt over to your opponent. That's fine. Let's move on. And unfortunately, this was not your match. Just couldn't pull out the win today, but that's all right. We'll beat your friend next time. All right, that will do it. Hopefully, I'll see you back here real soon. Thanks again. Bye. Well, hello there. Glad you could join me for a round. My name's John McCarthy. I'd like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Just the front 9 of this course today. Have a good round. Well, let's see what you got. No good. And setting up from around 120 yards out. Okay, second shot here on the first. Setting up here in the deep stuff. Wouldn't that be nice to save par on this one? Okay, let's do this. 13 feet. Oh man, hopefully the comeback isn't too bad for you. All right, don't let it get you down. We'll get back on the green and be on our way. And your friends one up on you after that first hole. All right, we got a par 5 here on the second hole. Okay, let's smash this one out there. Well, that won't do, will it? Bit of an awkward swing. And second shot here on the second hole. Coming out of the deep stuff might not be enough. Okay, we've found your friend here in the deep rough. Let's see how he does. This is our third shot. Oh, almost perfection there with the chipper. Okay, and if he sinks this next putt, he will go 2 up. All right, now that you've conceded that putt, we'll head to the next hole. And your friend's 2 up on you after that hole. We've got a par 4 third hole in front of us here. Have a good tee shot. That swing was a little bit off. Unfortunately, we've strayed out of bounds here. That ball was bad for you anyway. That was a bad ball. Oh man, you launched that. from here, who knows what could happen, but I'm eager to find out. And it looks like this one's going pretty hard right to left. Bit long on that one. And if this next putt drops, he's going to go 3 up. Okay, you gave that putt to your opponent. That's a good call. I would have done the same thing. We lose the hole, but we move on to the next for another chance at glory. And moving along here. All right, now we're heading over to the 4th, and we got a par 3. And here's their 8-iron. All right, let's go. This one's going left. He might pull away even further with this next putt. This one to go to 4 up. Okay, we'll concede another putt here today and move on. Okay, your friend's 4 up on you after that one. And the 5th hole is a par 4. Here we go. Let's let this one go. Here's our second shot on the 5th. Think we're in the rough on this one. And he's got about, I'd say 140 to the pin from here. Well, not the purest of strokes. And he's trying to get out of this deep rough. Let's see how this goes. Okay, we are in the deep stuff currently. Okay, 34-foot putt in your future. Just a little too much power. All right, if he sinks this next putt, then, well, he wins. Okay, this match is over after you conceded that final putt to your opponent. Well, this one is over, and unfortunately, your friend has taken the victory for themselves, ending this one at 5 up. Okay, thanks for me, and if I have my way, I'll see you back here real soon. Hello and a big, warm welcome from me, John McCarthy, to you for playing PGA Tour 2K25. And we are staring down a par 4 for our first hole on this one. All right, let's get into it. Oh, let's see what you can do on this one. Now, grab a new ball and take it from there. All right, setting up here deep in the spinach. And blunk. Be careful with this one. We're in the deep stuff. I don't know if this one has enough from the rough. I think this one's coming up short from the rough. This one might have enough to get there. And this putt's going to put him one up. And you're telling me he doesn't even need to putt that out. I guess you're the boss. Let's head to the next. All right, let's go. We got a par 4 on the second hole. All right, here we go. Give it a rip. Let's hit that fairway. Oh no, went out of bounds. Setting up for our third shot. Coming in hot. And this one's out to the right. Ooh, going off road here. Well, that won't work. Hello there and welcome to the game that is PGA Tour 2K25. Can't wait for the golf. I can't stress that enough. I'm very excited about the golf today. Just practicing the front 9 of this course today. Best of luck to you out on the course today. Well, looking forward to this hole. I've seen you swing better. Second shot here on the first. Well, that one's going down into the water. Setting up with a sandy old lie. All right, let's leave this sand behind us. What do you say? Oh, that one, yeah, that one took a dive. And you know what? We're getting a little bit of practice on our, sand play today, so I'll take it. Ouch, swallowed up into the abyss. All right, let's get out of this sand. And this putt right here will put him at 1 up. Okay, you're going to concede that putt. We'll lose this hole, but we're heading to the next hole now. And your friend will be 1 up after the first hole of this one. And the second hole, we have a par 4. Let's go. Oh, looking good off the tee. All right, let's let her fly. Let's go. Well, it wasn't your best swing. Second shot here on hole number 2. And dunked. All right, let's piece out of this sand. See you later to that ball. Well, we're getting some good practice in here on our sand shots. That's a good thing. Ouch, into the water. Let's see what he does here. He's about 150 yards out. And if he sinks this next putt, he's going to go 2 up on you. Look out. And after you conceded that one, we'll head to the next hole. All right, moving along. Okay, we got a par 3 here on this third hole. Rolling with the 4 iron here. Okay, let's see what you got here. Ouch. And here's your second shot on the third. Approach shot worked out just fine. 15 feet to the cup from here. Yeah, this one's going a bit to the right. Oh my, flew right by the hole. Oh, come on, ball, get back. Okay, careful on this one. We're in the green side rough. Okay, here's your 5th shot. Well, that putt's just going to fly right by the hole, I guess. Sweet. And here he is setting up for this putt. If it drops, he goes 3 up. Yeah, that makes sense. Give your opponent that putt. I don't think we were going to take this hole anyway. And we have a par 5, 4th hole on this one. And let's see what you do off the tee here. What happened there? Here's your second shot on the fourth. Yeah, this one's going to get rough. Let's be careful getting out of here. Might not get all the distance you want in the deep stuff. Quite the view from here, way out on the green. Good luck. And if this next putt goes down, he's going to go to 4 up. All right, conceding another putt. Let's head on to the next. Okay, your friend's 4 up after that hole. And here we go. 5th hole is a par 4. All right, let's let this one go. Here's our second shot on this 5th hole. Oh, come on now. That's not what you deserve. Oh, man. This one's heading to the sand. Oh, well, that's no fun. Unless you like, you know, maybe you're trying to get some sand practice in. In that case, I'm all for it. Oh, into the water. You know, this is very, very sandy in this. Oh, man, that's wet. Oh, man. Setting up with a sandy old lie. And he's coming out of the deep rough here. And unfortunately for you, if he sinks this, he wins the match. Okay, I guess he's done here. You're letting him have that one, and that's fine by me. Let's head to the next. And unfortunately, you weren't up to the test in this match. Your opponent will walk away victorious at 5 up. And that's just about it for me. Thank you for taking me around the course today. Had a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. Hey there, hope you're doing great, because I certainly am. My name is John McCarthy, and I would like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Can't wait to see what happens today. I got good feelings. I'm going to leave it there. We're down on the 10th here, getting ready to play just the back nine today. Hopefully you snag some birdies out there today. A little less than pure on that swing. Okay, third shot. And that's a plunker. You might need a club or two extra from here. This is really deep. Oop, that one, yeah, that's in the water. And from here, he will set up around 220 yards out. Okay, coming out of the second cut. Could be dicey. Let's see what he does. And if he sinks this next putt, he'll go one up. All right, we're moving to the next hole. Now that you've conceded the putt, your opponent will win this hole. But we got another chance on the next one. Now we head to the 11th. We have a par 3 ahead of us. Going with the hybrid. The approach is heading a bit to the right. All right, interested to see what you have in store for us here. Here's our second shot on hole number 11. And if he sinks this next putt, he's going to go 2 up. And after you conceded that putt, we're done on this hole. Let's move on to the next. Well, unfortunately, that hole didn't do anything for you. Okay, here we go. Par 4, 12th hole. Let's do it. Not sure where this one's going to end up. Okay, let's rip this out into the fairway. Yeah, the swing was a little bit rough on that one. We're in the deep stuff. You might need a club or two extra on this shot. Yeah, this one's coming out of the rough, and I don't know if it's going to make it. Taking this one with the 9-iron. Okay, you've got this to save par. Come on, let's get that to go. Going up the hill and to the left. Something about that sounded a little off. Yeah, could be a steep hill to climb here. You could concede the hole, though, if you want to keep things flowing in this match. And for the 13th hole, we have a par 5. Looking forward to see what you do here. This fairway looks like it has a bit of a downslope in the landing area. Let's see how he does out of the sand. All right, here's our second shot on the 13th. That's unfortunate. Bit of an awkward swing. Okay, let's check our distance twice. Let's see what happens. He's in the green side rough. All right, sink this one and you'll win the hole. This one's breaking pretty hard to the right. Close your eyes. I think we're in the rough. This approach is into an elevated green. Well, that's unlucky. You didn't deserve that. All right, you might want to club up a little bit. We have an elevated green. We're in the big, thick, deep rough here. And from the rough, not sure you caught enough of the ball here. And from the green side rough. He's setting up in the green side rough. Oh, almost got that chip to go. And if this next putt drops, he will go to 4 up. Okay, giving another putt to your opponent. Let's move on. And your friends 4 up after that one. All right, the par 4 14th is next. All right, let's send this ball away. Good one. And here's shot number 2 on hole number 14. Oh, crud. Not the cleanest swing, but that's all right. And he's hitting out of the deep stuff here. Might not be enough from the rough. And this is your 5th shot. Ooh, into the drink. All right, we've got an elevated green. Might need some more club. Whoops, there goes the... Yeah, that's the water. Setting up here, looking at an elevated green. Oops, that one went bye-bye. All right, if he sinks this, you're done, bud. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think we had a real chance on this hole anyway. Okay, this match is over, and unfortunately, you weren't victorious. Maybe next time. And with that, I say goodbye. See you next time. Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, welcoming you to PGA Tour 2K25. This is going to get good. Sounds like fun already. We're into some match play golf here today. This is looking like a good time. Let's have a good round out there. And let's see how this tee shot fares for him. We've got about 235 from here. The green slopes away from us a little bit. Got to be careful we don't go too far. That's okay. No worries. We'll be on the green soon enough. And let's see how he gets out of this one. Well, not the purest of strokes. Setting up here with a extremely long putt. Shoot, that's out of bounds. Here we go for quadruple bogey. Careful out of this pine straw. I think you might be coming up a bit short from the rough here. And this putt's going to put him one up. Okay, you're conceding that putt. Your opponent will win the hole. And we're just going to move on with the lives, going to the next hole. And your friend over there is one up after that one. All right, let's go. We got a par 4 on the second hole. Let's go. Pound this one into the fairway. Didn't sound like your purest of strokes. Oh, that was a little wayward, out of bounds. Oop, get out of that tree. That isn't too good, is it? This might end up in the rough. Setting up from the long grass here. Let's get on out of this. That's just going to stay in the long grass, unfortunately. Let's see what his second shot looks like. This gives a good look at the green from here below us. And the approach heading to the left. And he's in the rough here. Let's see how he deals with it. And if he sinks this, he will go 2 up. Okay, we're speeding things up. You're not even going to make him putt that one out. Let's head to the next. And moving along here, next hole coming up. All right, staring down a par 3 now on this 3rd hole. They've gone with the 7-iron. Okay, let's see what you can do off of this tee. Well, that one's goodbye. All right, the ball's above your feet, and that's going to make it go a little bit left on impact. Oh my, splash. And setting up now in the deep rough. Oh, into the water. And he is in the beach. Let's see how he gets out of this one. All right, if this next putt drops for him, he's going to go 3 up. All right, now that you've conceded that putt, we'll head to the next hole. Okay, after that one, your friend is 3 up on you. Okay, we got a par 5 here on the 4th. Have a good tee shot. Well, something went wrong there. And second shot here on the 4th. Oh, would you look at that? That couldn't be what you intended, but yeah, we'll deal with it. It's not your best swing, but we'll get through this. Careful here. We're in the pine straw. And blunk. And we are in the deep stuff currently. Let's get out of here now. All right, we are in the rough, yes, but it's not a horrible lie, all things considered. Oh, not your best contact. No, that one's going down into the water. All right, he's in the first cut. Setting up here from the deep stuff. Of course it had to go there, of all places. Now we're in the rough, and it is a bad lie real deep into this rough. He might pull away even further with this next putt. This one to go to 4-up. Okay, giving another putt over to your opponent. That's fine. Let's move on. Teeing up now on the par 4 fifth. All right, bombs away. Let's see what happens here. Let's go. I feel bad for you. Okay, from the rough. This one's your third. Can't place my finger on it. Something was off on that swing, though. Okay, setting up here on the pine straw. And this one out of the rough. I don't know if you're going to make this. And this shot is clocking in around 115 yards from the pin. Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, and I want to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. Let me tell you, things are fixing to get fun right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I do favor the match play as a mode of play. This should be fun. Here we go. Let's do it. He's looking ready to roll. Let's see how he does on this hole. See you later to that ball. And from the bunker. Hope this one's into the tree. All right, we are back in the fairway. And here he goes. Coming out of the deep stuff on this one. This one's coming out of the rough. Might not have enough on it. And setting up about 105 yards to the pin. And we're going right of the pin. He's in the deep stuff here. He's buried in there. Let's see how he does. And from the green side, sand. Looking for an up and down here. Okay, nice to leave that sand behind us. Let's putt and move on. And this putt right here will put him at 1 up. Okay, you're conceding that putt, and that means your opponent will win this hole. And the second hole, we have a par 4. Let's go. This tee shot should play. All right, let her fly. Let's see it. No, grab a new ball and take it from there. All right, this is his second. Okay, and from the sand, well, what can you do about it? Nothing. Ouch, swallowed up into the abyss. And if this next putt drops, you'll go 2 up. And after you conceded that one, we'll head to the next hole. Well, things didn't go our way on that one. Okay, this third hole is a par 4. All right, let's go. Well, that's too bad. And here's your second shot here on the third. This one might be coming up short from the rough. Okay, landed on the fairway. Now let's land the next one on the green. He's definitely into the second cut here. Let's see how he does. Okay, out of the rough, and this might not be enough. Okay, come on now. This to save your par. I think we got a left to right break here. This one's heading to the rough. All right, what do you think? Is it time to concede the hole? Okay, that's a good choice. We'll head to the next hole. And your friend's up by 3 after that one. And the fourth hole is a par 5. Let's go. Okay, let's send it. Well, let's regroup. Oh, no good. I think we're heading to the sand. This is very, very sandy. Let's get out of here. Nicely done. Okay, this one's around 170 yards out. And there's a bit of a downslope around the pin. You got to be careful of that. Looks like sand in her future. Well, you're not going to hit every green today. That's all right. Oh my goodness, that almost went down. And if this next putt goes down, he's going to go to 4 up. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't think we were going to win this hole anyway. Okay, par 3 for the 5th hole. And here's a look at their hybrid. Okay, let's see what you do here. Well, you didn't hit that one perfectly. Ouch, into the water. And from here, we're looking at about 230 yards or so. And that's going to get wet. And this is out of the second cut here. Oh, man, that's wet. And this next putt to win the match. All right, conceding another putt. Let's head on to the next. Well, this one is over, and unfortunately, your friend has taken the victory for themselves, ending this one at 5 up. And that's going to do it for me. My job's done. Hopefully, we'll see you again around here real soon, though.